Welcome to this local road test run, and we're currently on software 8.1, firmware 17.28.c52 and so on. And we're gonna evaluate how Autosteer performs on a local road compared to previous versions. And we are now coming up to a turn and an intersection to the right, which usually gives us some warnings or keeps your hands on the steering wheel. And this time it went through the intersection quite well, but let's see how it behaves when line markings ends. It slows down. It wants me to keep my hands on my steering wheel. It's still driving on, but it's quite slow. And it's a little bit to the left compared to the lane itself. It's still not tracking the curb as it used to, as part of determining the lane. We can clearly see that the ultrasonic sees it, but it's not tracking it as a part of what it determines as the road, and it's ping-ponging a little bit back and forth. And as we come into this left-hand turn here, it now braked for a little bit. We're coming up to an intersection and see if it goes through the intersection without turning left or right. It managed that quite well, but there it asked me to take over. Re-engaging, and usually after coming out over on the other side here, it brakes and it actually loses track. It took over, so I didn't run into the curb. Let's see if it finds the lane. Here we go, activating again. Now it's keeping way, so now it's going over the center line. Now this is not performing really well. Let's increase the speed a little bit. And disengaging for the red light. So far it's been quite erratic, ping-ponging back and forth in the lane. And we also had one time where it asked me to take over. So it behaves, I would say, similar to, or yes, probably similar to the previous version. If not a little bit worse. Okay, so now it tracks the curb also as part of the lane, which is fine, I think. Coming over the crest here, it kind of veers off to the right. Coming over here, goes a little bit to the right, compensate backs again. A little bit of a ping pong going back and forth, and depending on if it determines the curb to be a lane marker or not. So new in this and the previous release that I didn't have the time to test, it actually slows you down to the speed limit. And there again, in that intersection, we again had that I needed to take over, as you noticed. So that was the second time. And here it goes a little bit too much towards the left side, the center line compared to what I would do myself. Going through the intersection again, it went for the center divider instead of keeping straight. So now coming up on and there again it went for the curb instead of staying in the lane. And now we come up to the end of the test run. And my conclusion for this run is that it's definitely not a major improvement compared to previous versions. It's probably similar to previous versions, not much worse and not much better in terms of local road performance. So thank you.